Hi guys, this is Andy, GM85 for Tech Start on Top, and we are talking about what tools I would buy now, knowing what I know versus what I have had. I believe is the topic title, kind of a tongue twister there. But I'm just going to focus on hardline tools since I don't use a lot of specific automotive specialty tools like I have in the past. So I'm just going to focus on some hardline stuff, guys. So first, we're going to go with my wrenches. Craftsman, old panel one. I would not buy these to use as an everyday wrench. Again, these are great for homies, but not everyday use. I've always hated them. They're uncomfortable, including their ratchets. Yes, I would buy my snap-ons still. But if I had a choice to go back and buy wrenches again, I would buy these Tecton wrenches or right grips. Specifically, I would buy the satin ones from Right, and I would buy the Tectons just because these have the end where they can grip the fastener, cause a little damage, and I'm not looking for that on some of my applications. More wrenches. When I was in tech school, I bought the Blue Points, which I still have to this day. If I had a choice, would I buy these again? Nope. Without the student discount, these are rather expensive for being Blue Point. I would buy the gear wrench ones instead, in this particular design, which I favor. So that's what I would do there. I would never buy a cheap pry bar again in my life. I don't consider Mayhew expensive actually, but I would buy only the Mayhew pry bars. They're fantastic. This guy gets quite a bit of use. Pliers. Would I buy Nipex again? Specifically cutters. I don't think I would buy these again. I've had these for 2 years. I actually don't use them that often anymore. What I use is this old pair of Klein steel, this old pair of channel locks. So I got 3 pairs here. This is more money than both of these pairs comparatively, and there are things that this will cut versus this one. And this one has a little bit more leverage, guys. But I would stick with Klein pliers or channel lock, depending on my application needs. Now, Nipex does make one thing that is non-negotiable, and that would be the Cobras. Now, I would also buy more Vim pliers if I had a chance again too. Like, I need a pliers wrench. This is a pliers wrench from Channel Lock. It has teeth, far more aggressive, and surprisingly a little bit more useful for me. Also, more Klein cutters. I would buy these consistently. If I was ever to buy crow's feet again, I have a couple tool truck ones floating around, but why would you buy those when you can buy Sunex for $20 for the whole set, or these American-made Tectons? Much nicer. Specifically, I only cherry pick 1/2 inch sockets, guys. Snap-on 1/2 inch socket. I believe this is a 1.25 inch. Old socket, 12 point, which I actually do not like that it's 12 point personally. When you can go get this right socket for far cheaper. And this also applies to impacts and half drive. Almost also, I would say 3/8 drive, but Snap-on does have the edge on the 3/8 drive for me personally for impacts. But I would buy right impact sockets over Snap-on any day. I would also probably buy them over Green Pneumatic, considering Green Pneumatic is kind of hard for me to find in a physical store. So I've always bought online, specifically Amazon. They will not warranty stuff from Amazon, which is kind of bad for me, unfortunately. Now, if I had to go back and do ratchets again, I would probably go with these. The Gear Wrench LP, or the Gear Wrench 90T. This is pretty much the ratchet I grab, more than any ratchet at the current moment in time. Along with their chrome sockets, I would buy their chromies as well. I would probably replace all my Craftsman and Snap-on with Gear Wrench chromes, and most likely the ratchets. And something specific to my field is hexes. Now, this is a hybrid. This is Right tools, Snap-on, and some Gear Wrench in here. The ball ends, I would not switch out. I would keep the ones from Snap-on. But for the Gear Wrench, I believe one of these is a Gear Wrench and one of these is a right grip, or vice versa. I know the mid-lengths are all Gear Wrench. I would keep those. And if it was the long Gear Wrench like these from Right, I wouldn't buy the Right ones again, or the long ones from Gear Wrench, because these ones have twisted on me, whereas the professional level ones have not. The stubbies from gear wrench are really good, along with Wright, and also there's a couple Tecton ones I have at the shop. But this is a specific application. As much as I like Wright tools, this one doesn't work for me, and it also doesn't work for me in gear wrench because they twist. Not necessarily the straight shank, but the ball end ones do. But I would redo this if I had to start again with professional level tool trucks, unfortunately, because I've had mixed experiences, especially with the ball ends, if they're not a high quality like this, stripping, or these flat ones, chipping and twisting. So I would rebuy these. Another specific application for me is torxes, specifically on Harley Davidson, and a lot of stuff I work on that's got torxes in random places. I would have invested in more of these from Astro Pneumatic, which this is just a little piece. This is a really good kit, but I would have invested in those well before I did. I bought those about a year ago. They're fantastic. Now, something I don't know if anyone else is going to talk about is, for me, over the years, I have neglected myself. I would have worn a little bit more hearing protection, and I should have took the advice that was given to me years ago. Save your knees and save your back, so knee pads, and I would have worn some knee pads or got the knee pad from Grease Monkeys or whoever makes it, and saved my back a little bit of pain. And also, I would have been wearing, specifically for me, since I have a high stigmatism problem, tinted Z87s a lot earlier on. Some PPE choices also I would have added into myself, along with replacing steel-toe boots with my personal favorites, which would be the Reebok Wears with the composite toe. Lightweight, extremely comfortable compared to boots. But this is Anthony, GM85, so focused on some PPE and hardline stuff that I would have changed over the course of my multiple trades over the years, which is kind of harder for me to do. I also would have replaced certain meters with specifically Kiewits and Fluke. They're just better. So this is GM85 for Tex Talk and Shop, guys. So hope you enjoy this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check all of us out. Follow us on Instagram at Tex Talk and Shop. So catch you guys on the next one.